For years, the mysterious disappearances of celebrities have captivated the public. Despite widespread recognition and fame, some stars have managed to slip away into obscurity, sparking a search for answers by both their fans and the media. The reasons behind their disappearances vary and often ignite a frenzy of conspiracy and intrigue. Regardless of the explanation, the loss of these famous individuals leaves a void in their respective fields. Richie Edwards, a guitarist and lyricist for the alternative rock band Manic Street Preachers, disappeared without a trace in February 1995 after his car was discovered abandoned near a bridge in England. The rocker was known for his enigmatic and often bleak lyrics, which reflected themes of depression, mental illness, and societal decay. The circumstances surrounding his disappearance remain a mystery. There have even been alleged sightings of the rocker in far-off places over the years, leading some to believe he staged his disappearance. Edwards remains one of the most well-known cases of a celebrity vanishing. Harold Holt, the 17th Prime Minister of Australia, disappeared while swimming in Victoria in December 1967. Despite a large-scale search and rescue operation, his body was never recovered, and he was presumed to have drowned. Holt's disappearance sparked widespread public attention and speculation, with some conspiracy theories suggesting that he faked his disappearance or was kidnapped by foreign powers. Despite the speculation, the official cause of Holt's passing remains drowning, and his disappearance remains one of Australian political history's most famous unsolved mysteries. Connie Converse was a singer-songwriter and musician who vanished in 1974. She was a pioneer of the contemporary folk music scene in the 1950s and was known for her unique, introspective songwriting. Despite her musical talent and promise, she disappeared at the age of 50 after quitting music and believing herself to be a failure. She left a note detailing her desire to start anew, and her fate remains unknown. Her music was largely forgotten until the early 2000s, when a compilation of her music was released, sparking renewed interest in her life and music. Jim Sullivan was an American singer-songwriter who went missing under highly strange circumstances in 1975. He was last seen in New Mexico, where he had stopped while driving to Nashville for what was to be his big break in the music industry. Sullivan was never found, and his vanishing was particularly peculiar owing to the fact that his album titled UFO chronicled a road trip into the desert ending in an alien abduction. This connection fueled rumors that the musician had met the same fate. Barbara Newhall Follett was an American writer and child prodigy who disappeared at the age of 26 in 1939. She was known for her writing skills and was touted to be the next great American writer, having published her first novel at the age of 13. However, after family troubles, she never wrote again after age 16. In December 1939, Barbara left her apartment after a fight with her husband and was never seen again. No trace of the former prodigy was ever found. Sadly, most were unaware she had been missing until decades later, and by that point, her name was unfamiliar to most. Oscar Zeta Acosta, a legendary Chicano activist, was infamous for his excessive substance abuse and was even immortalized as a character in his good friend Hunter S. Thompson's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Acosta vanished in 1974 while visiting Mexico, but his body was never found. Thompson searched for him but ultimately believed his buddy likely perished. Some speculate he may have suffered a nervous breakdown and subsequently stayed in Mexico, but his disappearance remains in question. Bison Dele was an American professional basketball player who disappeared in 2002. He played for several NBA teams under his given name, Brian Williams. After leaving his career behind at age 30, he began a life of endless travel and adventure. In July 2002, Bison, his girlfriend, and his brother, along with a captain, set sail for Hawaii in Bison's newly purchased boat. However, they never reached their destination, and only Bison's brother was ever heard from again. Bison's whereabouts remain a mystery as his brother perished soon after, and he was perhaps the last to see Bison and the others alive. Rico Harris was a former Harlem Globetrotter basketball player who disappeared in 2014 along State Route 16. Harris had a troubled past with alcohol and was fired from his job as a security guard before leaving for Seattle to stay with his girlfriend. His car was discovered abandoned, and his backpack and phone were also later found, but Harris never was despite several reported sightings and footprints found in the area. It's believed he may have been picked up as a hitchhiker, but ultimately his disappearance remains unexplained. Scott Smith was the bassist for the Canadian rock band Loverboy, who went missing in 2000. He was last seen with others leaving a marina in California aboard a sailboat bound for Mexico. The group encountered rough weather at sea, with a wave allegedly washing Smith out to sea. Search and rescue teams arrived a mere 20 minutes later, but they were unable to locate the rocker. His family hired a private search team, but that search was also unsuccessful. Smith's remains were never recovered. Hale Boggs was an American politician and member of the Democratic Party who disappeared while on a flight from Anchorage to Juneau, Alaska, in 1972. The politician famously criticized the explanation of the JFK assassination and investigated it extensively. The plane carrying Boggs and others disappeared without a trace, and no wreckage or survivors were ever found. Various conspiracy theories have emerged, including suggestions of foul play and involvement by the government. However, the official explanation is the plane crashed due to inclement weather. Sean Flynn disappeared in Cambodia in 1970. The son of iconic Hollywood actor Errol Flynn, Sean supposedly joined the war effort in part to prove himself as an individual and set himself apart from his famous father. He was covering the Vietnam War for Time magazine when he and another journalist, Dana Stone, went out on assignment and never returned. It is thought they were captured by the communist forces known as the Khmer Rouge. It is believed that the Khmer Rouge executed them, but their bodies were never recovered. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry was a French writer and aviator who disappeared in 1944. He was best known for his classic work The Little Prince and his many adventures as a pioneering aviator. During World War II, he served as a reconnaissance pilot for his native France. On July 31, 1944, he took off on a reconnaissance mission over the Mediterranean and was never seen again. The wreckage of his plane was discovered in 2000, but there was no evidence of a body. It is believed that he drowned, but some still theorize he survived. Michael Rockefeller disappeared in 1961. As the son of Nelson Rockefeller, he was a member of one of America's most prominent families. Young Rockefeller sought adventure away from his life of wealth and fame and embarked on a voyage of self-discovery in the Pacific. While on an expedition in the Asmat region of New Guinea, he and his companion went missing at sea. Rumors and speculation have persisted over the years, including claims that Michael may have survived and lived among the Asmat people. Other stories contend he was dismembered by local tribes.